iOS 11 Developer Beta 7 has been announced, and in this video we're going to find out what's new. Coming up right now, let's go! So what is up guys, Nick here helping you to master your technology, and welcome to the iOS 11 Developer Beta 7 review. Now the first thing I want to do before we go ahead and update into it is show you the storage capacity so we can see if we gain any space when we do get into iOS 11 Beta 7. So you can see 97.92 GBs before we go ahead and download and install. And also I want to run a Geekbench here on Beta 6 before we get in to see if the scores have improved, indicating that iOS is getting a little bit better in performance here for iOS 11. So Geekbench here, I'm going to go ahead and run this Geekbench, and when it is done, I will be back. Beta 7 is going to bring a few features that are kind of behind the scenes. You're not really going to see anything in the way of visual, but we're going to show you anyway and talk about what's new. So let's go ahead and see what scores we get here on this Beta 6. So 2532 on the single core and 4450 on the multi-core here for iOS 11 Beta 6. And I'm going to go ahead and install this guy right now. And when I'm done installing it, I will be back and we will discuss the new features here in iOS 11 Beta 7. Thing you're going to notice when you get iOS 11 Beta 7 for your Apple iPhone is that it looks about the same. We don't see much differences, but let's go ahead and confirm it now. General, we're going to go to About, and we're going to confirm that iOS 11 15A5362A 98.19 GB is available, so we gain a good 200 megabytes or so on the download. So not much in the way of gaining, but you're not going to lose space if you decide to go ahead and download this guy right here. So a lot of bug fixes behind the scenes, but the first thing I noticed was the Apple Music Now Playing widget now shows album art even when you're not playing music. So that's pretty cool to see that over there in our Now Playing widget section here for the device. Also, there are 3D touch enhancements here for iOS 11 Beta 6, which is something that I did not like that was lagging up on prior versions. So that's good to see here as well. Bluetooth also gets a fix. Behind the scenes stuff, you're not really going to see it. There's no visual changes, but there's a lot of unexpected Bluetooth issues in prior betas. It's fixed here now in iOS 11 Beta 7. So keep that in mind if you are using Bluetooth quite frequently. That has been fixed. Now, the next thing that has been fixed here in iOS 11 Beta 7 is migration between Android and iPhone. So if you're getting the iPhone for the first time, you're going to notice that that is fixed. But overall, it feels very smooth here on first impressions with this new beta. It seems like very liquid smooth, a little bit better than the prior version. So I'm happy to see that we're getting closer to an official release here. So let's go ahead and run that Geekbench again and see if we get a better score here for iOS 11 Beta 7. So I'll be back in a second, guys. So 2554 on the single core and 4411 here for the multi-core. So we did a better job here in the single core, and we did a worse job in the multi-core. So there's still things that need to be kinked out, worked out here with iOS 11, but I see that, you know, it's coming along just fine here. There's going to be a few more betas, I believe, before we update to official. We'll probably get up to iOS Beta 9 possibly before we see the official. We're only a few weeks away from that. But another thing that was fixed was behind the scenes was Apple Pay issues. So if you had Apple Pay issues, that has been resolved. Calendar buttons now work in the weeks, in the months, in the year. Control Center seems very smooth. You can see going through the UI, very buttery smooth here. So it's definitely daily driver material here in this latest beta. So keep that in mind. If you are going to be doing a beta update and you think you want a daily driver, this is definitely going to be probably that, but I always recommend you guys do a backup here. Also, the tapping on the Wi-Fi in the Control Center now disconnects from networks and disables Wi-Fi networking. So you might want to keep that in mind as well. So if you are going to be doing anything with Wi-Fi in the Control Center, in addition, music app notifications now function as expected. So that's a great thing to see here as well. And other than that, there's not really much more here in the way of Beta 7. So it's a fluidity update. It's a bug fix update. It comes with a couple minor things. You still got your same icons from Beta 6, and that's iOS 11 Beta 7. Is there going to be more updates? More than likely, there'll be a couple more before official, and we'll have them covered here on the channel. If you found this video helpful, enjoyable, click the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel for more tech videos like this. Nick here helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well, and peace.